Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, September 20th, 2020. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions. And all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the many Search for Truth rules, already given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us, and whether or not the souls are living by those rules, it's crucial that the hosts' lives themselves, the body minds, the Jamie body mind, the Lynn body mind, that the hosts' lives themselves continue to live by the rules, because somebody's asking, why is that? And
I hear you.
kind of arguing, and it's because on Ground Zero planet Earth, and we believe throughout all the dimensions of planet Earth, host lives don't have legal standing, that when the souls and bodies disconnected, the legal standing went with the souls. The legal standing under divine law went with the souls. And so it's really crucial to not get snippy. And we don't know if you guys have ever seen Monty Python, and we think it's in Monty Python, The Search for the Holy Grail, or whatever it's called, and there's the Black Knight who's very aggressive and loud-mouthed, and he picks a fight with somebody, maybe King Arthur, I don't know, and all his arms and legs get cut off, and he's still being aggressive and loud, and he's got no arms and he's got no legs, and blood is spurting out. It's very Monty Python. And that's what humanity looks like when humanity gets pushy with divinity. We've got no arms, we've got no legs, and we're saying, I'm going to tell you a thing or two, come back here. That just is absurd. And we like Monty Python humor, and we don't intend to emulate the Black Knight.
No.
And so we have this really interesting situation where humanity is destroying all life on Earth, using tools sent in by the spirit world, and all the original soul plans have kind of been whittled down to their essence, their core, which is stop the destruction in a fair and just way. Stop it, and there's nothing that can be eliminated from that, or probably it would have been. And so here we have this soul plan to stop the destruction in a fair and just way. And we're also, all of us, supposed to use whatever special tools and gifts we have so that it makes sense. Like, don't decide to do that in a way that pitches everything that you have and everything that you are, but to use everything that you have and everything that you are in the quest to stop the destruction in a fair and just way. So we have these special skills that were extremely difficult to develop, have taken a lot of sacrifice and effort, and we have them. And these skills are skills of holding open interdimensional portals, and then we find we're part of, actually, precisely 1 million souls, 1,000,000 souls who have that same soul plan to stop the destruction in a fair and just way by holding open interdimensional portals for higher vibration presences to work through, to get into the depths and awaken humanity and stop the destruction in a fair and just way. So obviously we're supposed to use those special skills to fulfill our soul purpose, or it doesn't even follow the rules at all. And we're supposed to follow the rules. See rule number 1, follow the rules. So now what are we supposed to do? Because humanity doesn't want to listen. They're not listening. And that's really been tested very, very thoroughly this past 25 years.
That's
and
true.
Also the past 15 years, and also the past 10 years, and also the past 5 years. Like, it's been tested. And humanity doesn't want to listen, so that's a waste of time. And in 2013, the highest vibration voices said, pack it up, that's it. Stop wasting your time with humanity. And then they gave us this assignment, this post videos on YouTube assignment in May of 2014, possibly.
Yep, that's right.
And we're still charged with the responsibility of holding open portals for higher vibrations above all of us and letting them speak to humanity. And as predictably as possible, humanity is continuing to ignore wiser minds above and be offensive about it, which is predictable. And you guys don't stand out from the crowd with that act. You're just part of the yappa, yappa, yappa. The people who stand out are the ones who are trying to make a difference. That's who stands out. We are very interested in the check-ins for the 300 best environmental activists on Earth, and it's actually slightly less than 300. We think it's closer to maybe 240, 238, maybe, I don't know. But we say 300 so as to avoid any kind of confusion or artificial cutoff. But we have a pitch pipe of a certain environmental activist known to us personally, so we're personally able to verify what is and isn't true. And from him to the best of the best, whoever that might be, and we're really tired about arguing about who's the best of the best, but somebody is, and it's neither of us. So from that guy to the best of the best, just vibrational sorting, there's something under 300.
Yep,
and
that's right.
When we all die, as is inevitable, we think they deserve the best treatment because they've done the best job vibrationally, just vibrational sorting. It's mathematical. It's kind of like adding up points and subtracting demerits.
That's right.
Subtracting the bad karma that they've generated for themselves from the actions that they've taken, selfless, courageous actions on behalf of the greater good, on behalf of stopping the destruction in a fair and just way. And we're really interested in that, and we think that's a worthy focus. And so is there anybody upstairs who's willing to work with that right now? Is there anybody upstairs who's willing to work with that right now? And if not, that's okay. Then what now? What can we do right now to stop the destruction in a fair and just way? Because that's our actual assignment. Our assignment is to stop the destruction. How about this? How about if we just say, okay, humans listening, stop it. Stop the destruction and stop it in a fair and just way. Is that what you want us to do? Because we don't think that's going to be effective, but we can do it again. Here, we can do it again.
Okay.
Okay, humans, you guys, stop the destruction of all life on Earth at humanity's hands, using tools sent in by the spirit world, by the way. Otherwise, we would be like chimps and orangutans, the other great apes, like all these great ideas that came from above.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just misusing it, destroying life on Earth, and divine presences are not pleased, godly presences are not pleased, and they want us to stop it, and stop it in a fair and just way, not in a gross bullying way. So, stop it.
I give that low odds of success.
Low odds.
Okay.
And we're happy to run the experiment, and we can wait and see what happens. I would say it's not going to do a thing.
Yeah, I would.
And we think anybody who has good reasoning skills would arrive at that same conclusion. It's going to take a divine miracle. And this is where the system, we need some help, because we've been saying for decades we're in the miracle business because we know a protocol that, and that's way oversimplification, but many, many, many things that can come together to create a recipe where divinity can choose to create a miracle if divinity wishes.
That's true.
And so we can put in all ingredients of the recipe that come from humanity, but then we still need the pièce de résistance. We need the miracle that comes from above. It's not from us.
That's true.
What now to stop the destruction of all life on earth at humanity's hands, using tools sent in by the spirit world? We know we don't have legal standing, but can we please have a plan, just a plan, a divine plan that takes us as a collective, as a planet, from where we are to no more destruction, and to have that happen in a fair and just way? How about can we put planet Earth back the way the spirit world found it?
Oh, interesting.
How can we have a plan that will work to put planet Earth back the way the spirit world found it, which was granted a biosphere full of bullying and lying and cheating and stealing, but it was also full of life. Can we have a plan that gets us from where we are back there? Just a plan. And how about the bullying itself? Because we think bullying is probably the core problem.
That's
and
true.
Bullying and corruption are the core problems. Can we just have a date when the spirit world is going to stop siding with the bullies by delaying karma? And somebody's saying, they're not siding with the bullies, they're giving the bullies enough rope to hang themselves.
I hear that yelling presence upstairs.
I do, and that is true, but it's not stopping the destruction in a fair and just way, and it's had a good long experiment, since that seems to be how things have been running for many thousands of years, probably since the screams began, which was after the last ice age. We've narrowed it down a little bit.
Thank you.
And the last ice age ended 11,700 years ago, and sometime between then and when the Sphinx was built, which was about 9,000 years ago, the screams began, and we think they began about 10,000 years ago. And so 10,000 years of screams, that's a good long experiment. And so can we just declare that experiment complete, have a date, when will we start implementing karma during the lives? And not that we're implementing karma, you guys, divine presences. When will karmic deliveries begin during the lives? And just a date, just for planning purposes, just so we can, so that the guardian angels can have something to plan around. Like, they're not able to plan. We used to be able to see them working through upcoming events in the lives of our clients, is how we would see it.
Exactly.
And the guardian angels would work through it ad infinitum until they were able to get to a consensus upstairs of what was the best way to handle that situation. And what was crucial for that system to work is that their projections had to be accurate. And the accuracy has gone, and it's been gone for a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
5 years, maybe?
Maybe 5?
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer.
And it wasn't an on-off switch. It began to get less dependable. We remember that when the life plan information started to get patchy, and to us it looked like gaps in the record. It would be like places where the fabric was not. It would be like the scroll upon which the plan was written, and there would be gaps where there was no fabric. You could put your hand through it. It's like, well, that's weird. I don't know what that means. That's weird. And now there is no fabric. Like, there just is none. All bets are off. But you can tell if you watch weather prediction, by the way.
That's what someone just said upstairs.
All bets are off. Please, can we just have a date? When will the dependability, and we think the dependability needs the karma to be delivered promptly for that dependability to be there, because people are acting in unexpected ways, and we think that if the karma were delivered to the worst of the worst, very visible, obvious acts of God, hands of God way, that a lot of people are just kind of going along with the wave of fashion,
Exactly.
of being corrupt and nasty, and that they might decide to make a different choice. It's something.
Yeah.
And that's what Sol and Isis keep saying has worked in other black holes of corruption. That's the only thing that's known to have worked in other black holes of corruption, is for the guardian angel community and the planet under discussion to converge on the bad tail of the bell curve of karma. Those who are leading the engine of destruction would be the applicable metaphor in this situation. And just beat the crap out of them, basically. Deliver all their accumulated bad karma post-haste, all at once, in a cartoonish fashion, to get the attention of the masses, and in such a way to provide guidance to the masses. And we know you guys can deliver karma instantly because you do it for the worst. Sorry, you don't do it for the worst of the worst.
Thank you.
You could. You're doing it for the best of the best, for those who have asked for it and wish it, and are saying, please give me my karma instantly, so that I don't arrive at my end-of-life checkout and discover that I have a mountain of bad karma waiting for me. I would like to deal with it as I go, thanks. Which is why we ask for our karma instantly, many times a day, because we don't want it building up.
No, thank you.
No thanks. That's a freaky thought. That's a very scary thought. So, which leads us to, where is the good karma going for all this volunteerism? We spend the vast majority of our time on the volunteer efforts. We spend probably over here maybe 10% of our time on our money-making career, and 90% of our time on the volunteerism, which we get no financial benefit and no benefit of any kind, actually, for the most part. Everybody's
mostly
just
just terrible
nasty.
things.
Mostly just terrible things. No, we're not whining, because Greta Thunberg has the same thing, and the Extinction Rebellion people, they get the same thing, and Nasrin Sotoudeh, she gets the same thing. Everybody who's trying to accomplish good, they get the same ration of garbage. So it's okay. We have good company. Please may we have a date, just for planning purposes. When will you stop siding with the bullies by delaying karma until after they die? Because then everybody's saying, well, then they've got enough rope to hang themselves.
I keep hearing that guy.
I actually think that many of them have enough rope to hang themselves right now today. Like, why don't you just run the hangman's noose through the boardrooms of the fossil fuel companies and look at, they just get everybody.
Shortage.
No shortage. They're done. Then poison industry, wrap them up, right?
They don't need more rope.
Yeah. It does look like that. Scenes from A Christmas Carol, but other theatrical productions also, where the dead people are walking around wearing the nooses, kind of like a necktie. Yeah. They've all got it, and they all look dead and kind of rotted.
Very dead.
They look more
stuit, which is the Afrikaans word for very dead.
Very, very dead. It's like week-old rotted roadkill.
Exactly.
Please, can we just have a date? Just for planning purposes. Just something to look forward to.